Welcome to the bold analysis. We are all in the same page that the Niger coup is far from us as a country. Nearly 3 hours after William Samoei Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya, announced that he was willing and able and ready to lead mediation talks between the two rivaling groups, supporters of detained Niger President Bazoum and the military and his presidential team that have detained him. The leader of that coup, Abdurrahmane Tiani, went live on the state television in Niger and announced that he was going to be the country's top leader. And despite the fact that that coup had attracted international condemnation, this was also backed by a statement from the army, from the Niger army, that they were backing the coup despite of the said condemnation. Now, in a swift response to leaders like William Ruto and others that had also tried to show interest, including Nigeria, the new leader has warned other heads of state and foreign powers that they should not dare interfere with the situation in Niger because it will have dire consequences. They will escalate the situation, and that can lead to a very bad bloodshed. So clearly, the coup plotters have responded to William Ruto. We don't want your mediation, and we don't want any mediation as we speak. That is what has gone. That is what exactly has happened. Now, this comes as West African military country also gave the backing that the toppling of Mohamed Bazoum's government was based on some very shaky grounds like insecurity situation and governance, which I think those are just normally fabricated grounds. Deteriorating security situation and poor economic and social governance. I've been following this keenly since William Ruto offered to mediate, and it was a bit laughable, or it was very ironical that our president here was offering to mediate a crisis in Niger and acting as an outsider, while in the country we are having a discussion when the members of William Ruto's party are asking why we need some foreign president to mediate about our situation back in the country. So it has come out clearly and very open, that bit of doublespeak. Here, you want to talk to Raila one-on-one and you're inviting Raila through a Twitter. But in Niger, you are offering, why is he not asking the two also to meet and talk, and is offering to mediate? The other day, that is the funny part of our politics. I do believe that the members of the Sahel are West Africa, those West African countries are actually the ones that have had power grabs. Burkina Faso, Mali, now Guinea, there is Guinea, and now Niger, I think even Chad. I saw a video yesterday that when leaders went to Russia for the Russia-African Summit, and is it the Mozambique? I think Zimbabwe president was given a chopper. Is it a jet, presidential jet? But members of the West African nation that went to Russia actually just went shopping for guns. You know, they went shopping for guns, by the way. And this is something that, whatever has been happening in Mali, is something that is beyond us as a country. I think William Ruto is batting more than he can chew, because Biden has called Mohamed Bazoum, and they say that they've had one-on-one. Macron has called Bazoum. And remember, he was democratically elected. And the other West African countries are also backing Bazoum. But I heard the statement from the French President Macron saying that they are partly supporting the Niger coup simply because they don't want bloodshed. Those are big international. Actually, the United Secretary of State Secretary of State Anthony Blinken, yes, also made a call. I don't know whether Ruto has also made a call. Why is it that the superpowers are not coming out to mediate? But I want to say here, this was a very dangerous venture. It was a very dangerous route for us, despite the fact that first it is very unnecessary, but it's very dangerous. I want to explain for you the danger in this. Kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and like our video. Thank you very much for those who are supporting this podcast. And I need to do a very special shout out to Damaris Kamagain. Yes, Damaris Kamagain. Yesterday, supported in releasing some some protesters that were, I think, detained. Yes, let me not say which place. Yeah. Her capacity, she released around 6 protesters, and I'm glad that people take initiative, because I have always been saying, as Bold Podcast, the difference between us and any other podcast is we are part of a solution. We don't just want to sit here and complain. That there is that which leadership can do, but that which us as the Bold family we can do, and I'm so grateful for that. For those who are also doing great, I'll be so glad. Now on that same, I have a message from one of our supporters here, subscribers here. I will read that message to you at the end of this podcast. So keep it here. Let me try and get it. Now, 3 reasons. We run the risk of exposing our military infrastructure. Simple. If William Ruto is to sit in a mediation table, to be part of a mediation team, then you'll have to go there, and even if meetings, you'll have to be escorted by our military. Because that's also a place, that's a country that is already war-torn. So if we are to make impact, if Ruto is supposed to go, we are going to expose our military infrastructure. In fact, many times you'll even realize that that is normally the way leaders work. And you know, we are in the East African side, and the ECOWAS side, only Timudu, the new Nigerian president, tried and mentioned that he was also willing, but quite the others are a bit silent about it. Remember, the bone of contention in these West African countries has been about the gold and the oil. Yes, it's always about a struggle for the gold. So if we get into this, it's a dangerous one, because we're going to expose our military infrastructure. Number 2, and this is very serious, we are clearly crossing paths with Russia blindly. This is something that I know even William Ruto's handlers know. When I've been following this Niger coup, and that was on Friday morning, and now Thursday evening, there were opposition supporters that were milling in the streets, supporting Russian Wagner group, and actually carrying the Russian flags. What would that show? To some extent, the Niger coup is getting a blessings of the Russia. And Russia has been in constant fights with Ukraine for quite some time. So there are other beneficiaries of that coup. That's the point. it's not about the leadership. Because what's the difference between, if you are head of presidential guard, you're around the power, what is the essence of demanding to be the president? For example, what's the essence of someone who is next to William Ruto, let's say the head of military? What is his essence, obsession with becoming a president? I don't think it's normally about the power, but it's about the interests. So whatever is going there is crossing paths with Russia. Russia is not in good terms. We're not in good terms because we actually skipped the summit. And this is dangerous because I've also realized Ruto is working in isolation. In East Africa, I understand Tanzania sent a representative to the Russia summit. Museveni is there personally. I have seen AU chair Mohamed Faki also in St. Petersburg attending the said session. While on this other end, there seems to be disregard of that African Renaissance message that William Ruto has been spreading around.